All right. So, let's start off with just hearing how you're feeling. What's going on? Any aches or pains?
My hip is bothering me today because
Okay.
it's going in for a replacement.
Yeah,
And it
on
goes all the
24th?
way, 25th, and it goes all the way down the, the side of the IT band down
Okay.
towards the top of the, in the front of the shin.
All right.
Look at this.
There she is. How's your shoulders? Neck,
Good.
back, everything good?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's have a look and see how we're moving. We'll go back and just do a brief. Oh, sweet. Okay, so let's start with knees bent,
Hip width apart?
correct? And then you remember marching, we're gonna do it without blocks today.
Okay,
How do you feel about that?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Like
So
this?
Just alternating, yeah. Just a little bit slower so I can watch easier.
Remember the switching over to the sides was, this is
Yeah.
fine, but when I switch from here to here,
Yeah?
there's more of an action.
What kind of action do you feel?
I feel that there's more of an angle that has to go through
Okay,
from side to side. So going from the right hip to the left hip, I feel like when I pick up my leg, there's, like when I put the right down
mm-hmm,
and shift over to the left to bring it
yeah,
up, there's more of an angle, more,
Change.
more space
okay,
where it has to roll over.
Okay.
Because that means a rotation of the pelvic.
yeah.
And
Rotate your
it's-
pelvis, yeah, and that's okay because we know there's less stability on that right side, right?
Yes.
So that's fine. So then it'll be really interesting to see how that progresses after the surgery.
Yeah.
And now just watching your, like your abdomen and your rib cage, I don't see any bracing. Things look smooth as you lift up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt things were stable.
So it's great. So I think that rotation in the pelvis is totally fine. Like it's just what your body has to do to work through these hip problems, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll work on it after the surgery. Okay, awesome. So now let's have you come into figure 4, which means taking that right ankle onto the left knee.
Oh.
Yeah, with both bent. Now let's stretch the left foot away from the left hip a little bit. Yeah, there you go. And then can you go back to the right foot on the floor, and then I'll watch it come up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, I just want to watch the movement. Yeah, and then you can put the foot back down the same way you brought it up.
It's always a cat.
It's always a cat next to me.
Do you want me to do the other side?
No, actually, I'd like to see the right a couple times, please.
Do you want it to complete with this out like this?
Yeah, as long as you're in a pain-free zone. Yeah,
That's fine. That doesn't bother me.
yeah, great. So I want you to think about, just stay still for a moment, think about your left hamstrings. There's a little bit of, they're working a little bit when you lift up that right leg. So see if you can
Okay.
just relax, start with the leg in a relaxed position and be aware of how that left leg feels. And then as you lift the right, see if you can maintain that relaxation in the left leg. There you go. That was different already.
Just being aware.
Yeah. This little girl's getting cuddlier all the time. She's wrapping Kayla around.
It's amazing what the mind can do.
Isn't it? What you think or what you, I mean, compared to when you're not thinking? It's totally awesome. one more on that side and then we're gonna switch.
I mean, I'm impressed with that.
Alright, let's switch to the left side.
Totally different feeling.
Really?
Oh, totally.
In what way?
Spatial wise, feels.
Like there's more space, or you feel like you can feel it move in space?
Move more freely in space.
Okay.
And it feels like it's like stretching farther and further.
Okay, yep. Cool. It comes up really easy, doesn't it? Like it looks like it just weighs nothing.
It
Like
weighs nothing.
weighs nothing.
That's it.
That's what it looks like, yep. Awesome. Okay,
All right.
let's do, did I just see you with your strap?
I have one.
Okay,
Right here.
let's do the strap and block. Just put the feet up. Cute little toes, they're my favorite color.
Thank you.
Tight, but not,
It's
not
perfect.
restricting.
It's perfect. So
So remember, we're gonna
I'm
do this.
gonna go outward, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do this really gently. I think I'm gonna just take you from the other point of view, because I wanna see your thighs.
Explain to me what I do again. Do I
Yeah, that's
compress
okay.
first or decompress?
Yeah, let's squeeze the block.
Okay.
And then pull out on the band.
Pulling out, pushing out.
Pushing up, yeah. And so we're only using maybe, 30-40% of our like full strength, so it's not
Right.
super,
Imposed.
yeah. I just want you to get some awareness on the inside of your thighs.
I'm getting it.
You feel it, huh? Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Your feet are nice and quiet, toes aren't doing anything. Torso seems nice and relaxed.
I'm laughing at her.
I think she didn't get what she wanted for dinner.
Did you give her that other stuff?
I gave her one of Chris's. No, actually, I gave her the real tuna, and she's being fussy. She said, one pet, one pet.
Chris gave you oh my God.
Yeah.
They don't like it.
I don't think she likes it, but Boots loves it, and Marina loves it.
They're all the same price.
All expensive, that's what that means. So how does that feel?
Good.
I feel like you're getting
Very,
tired?
very stable.
Stable, right?
Very stable. Even on both sides. I don't feel something weird on one side versus the other.
Awesome, that looked really good. Oh, did you hear that?
That sounds more like me.
Catching up. Okay, let's try some just good old pelvic tilts. So if you think about where your low back is,
Yes.
so the low back is going to alternate from being pressed into the mat to being lifted on the mat. But I want
Like this.
and could you just maybe put your arms straight out so I just want to be able to see your low back. Yeah.
So
That's
let me
wonderful.
practice run. 1,
Yep.
2. Too much?
Let me see that again.
Coming back
Yeah.
and lifting.
Yep. I'm gonna
Coming
watch it
back.
more. I like it nice and slow.
And
very
lifting.
Nice, yep.
Control. controlled and slow.
Yep. I'm seeing ever so slightly when your low back goes down to the mat,
Yeah,
it's like your torso shifts a little bit up. And then you slide back. See the motion, like my
so
hand is
then
your
you want
torso?
me to lessen the motion.
Yes, I want you to, and I want you to be aware of what's happening with your
So-
upper body. Especially, I find it most easy to tell, like in your head, like what's happening. Like, is your head move at all? Like the head shouldn't shift with the pelvis moving.
Weird.
Watch, I'll demonstrate what I mean. Like, see how my head,
Yeah,
and then it goes back down.
okay, I can correct that.
So it doesn't matter how much the pelvis moves in the tilt or the tuck. It's just about isolating the pelvis. Oh, good brain power right there. And so when you're doing this, I want you to notice, what does it feel like? Like, you know, when you tilt it this way, this is your hips, and my hands are on your
Right.
side, you go this way. What does it feel like when you get to the end of your movement? Like, does it feel soft? Like, does it feel like
Soft.
hard, like you're hitting a wall? Does it feel
Soft.
pain? Soft, okay? And then this opposite, when the low back goes to the mat, what do you feel?
It just feels like it's comfortably flattened on the back.
Okay, perfect.
On the back.
Okay, I like it.
It wasn't hitting a wall coming.
Okay,
It was a soft landing on both.
I like that, soft landing. I want you to do a couple more. Do you feel any difference between the right hip and the left hip when you do this?
Mm-mm. I feel like it's like flat on both sides.
Okay. On your low back?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And what happens if you try and make it a little bit more of a range?
Well, we'll see. Let's try
Yeah.
it. It's a little bit more.
Great. Yep. See it?
So far, so good.
Your
My
feet are
head
totally
moved
relaxed.
a little bit.
Your hamstrings look nice and relaxed. I like it. So like in your rib cage, it looks like it's staying still, and your hips are doing the movement. So let's try it with your feet a little bit further away from your hips. Yep, down the mat. There you go. And see how that changes it.
Are they even, my feet?
Yes.
Well, there won't be as much movement.
Yep. That's what I was expecting.
You're doing fireworks.
Yeah, well, you know what I bet you happened? I bet you they exploded the smart water bottle.
They did.
Oh, wow. You okay out there? Guess you reached that maximum PSI.
120.
I love it. All right, so you can move the feet back. So I prefer you to do it with the feet back in that position. Okay, so let's try laying give you a roller. Isn't it awesome how they just know that I need this, so she's gonna lay there. I want you to put this between your ribs. Roll it up nice and tight. Between your ribs and your pelvis. This direction. So you're kind of laying over it. Does that make sense? If you want to lift yourself up, I'll slide it under. And then you position it. What you have there?
That's not comfortable at all.
Is it too thick? We can make it thinner.
Let me see. That's better.
Okay. It's in a better spot.
Bottom leg straight.
Actually, both legs just slightly bent. And we're going to do lifting the iliac crest up towards the armpit. So you see how my pelvis, one side tilts up while the other side goes down. So this side is up and then this side is down. Yeah, there you go. You just push, you just let it go down and then make it, you're gonna go down more than you go up, right? Because we've got this underneath your side here.
All right, a maximum down.
Yeah, that's fine. Maximum without pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So let's just do a few of those.
Like this?
Yeah. Totally. I love it. Everything looks really calm. I should send you home with some cherries. Both her and I bought like 3 pounds of cherries. I'll give you a bag. Okay. How's that feel?
Good. Now what's the point of, what is the end game of this particular?
What I'm trying to do is create some independence of your pelvis from your torso.
Oh, perfect. That's what we need.
Yep. Like there are times where we want them to work together and there are times we want them to be separate. So yours clearly are good with being together.
Oh, yeah.
But we're trying to get some, like this is kind of like a hula dancer move. But it would be great to eventually get some movement. But it's great to do this even before the surgery because it's like we're training your brain's motion, right? Even just the thinking about it, even doing a small movement is super helpful. And it's great for the low back, the obliques, you know, the rib cage, all of that.
Especially the obliques.
Yep.
This is good for short-waisted people.
To lengthen the waist. I don't have that issue. Actually, it is good for me too. Well, you're really good at isolating the hips. You try it without the hand?
Where do you want the hand?
You can lay it on that one or lay it on the hip. Whatever feels good. Yep. Makes it a little bit easier for me to see. Yeah, that looks really good. I don't see your head shifting or sliding, it's just right in the pelvis.
So funny, cats just know.
Just know what to do, okay? Alright, so why don't we...
You want me to go on the
roll?
other side?
Yep, I'll hold the roll.
You want me to just face the table?
Yeah, you can just face the table. Yep. Stack your knees.
Be very interesting to see.
Just bend your knees a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So you're comfortable.
This feels like it's this feels shorter.
In what sense?
It's it's not like, the other side was longer, this one's shorter.
Oh, like between your pelvis and ribs?
Yeah,
That area?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think there's probably other problems on this side.
That's interesting. Well, maybe this guy does all the work for because the other side, no?
Yeah. Am I isolating good enough?
Yeah, very nicely.
Still good?
Yeah, still really good.
Got a lot of stuff under your couch.
You're not supposed to see that. Oh my god.
Nerf balls.
I'm looking for a set of keys to the mini that I lost.
I'd look down the cracks of that.
Yeah, we did. We took all the cushions out. We did. We thought for sure that they would be there.
There's no more keys?
Well, we ordered a new one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, it cost a fortune.
What was that, $300?
For.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Alright, that's fantastic. I'm going to have you sit up and then I'm going to take the roll out and then if you could lie on your back. I know with your knees bent that we're going to do a nice, easy.
This whole thing has
Twist.
been nice and easy.
Yeah, I kind of feel that's the mood we were in, right? Like just kind of slow and steady. Like I found a great iPad stand. This plant. So let's take your arms out to the sides and then just drop your knees over towards me. We're just going to do a spinal twist. Yep.
You want my head to go the other way?
Sure. I want you to think about in your mind where your belly button is, and I want your belly button to go with your hips. Does that make sense? And then, so the twist comes from above the belly button in the rib cage area.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
yeah.
So we're not twisting from the belly button to the pelvis, we're twisting the rib cages. The rib, you have only one rib cage, but the ribs.
That's a little more difficult.
One way or the other?
No, just. Am I doing it right?
Well, the way you do it is right.
But I'm
Does it make
trying to
sense?
do it the way you want me to do it.
No, what I want you to do is do it the way your body does it, so I can learn from what your body's doing. Yeah, that's what I mean by the way you do it is the way your body wants to do it. And if we listen to that, we can see what's going on. So it seems like that right arm wants to kind of slide down as you rotate towards me, right? So there must be some tightness on that right side.
Yep, there, of course there is.
Yep.
It is called occupational hazard.
Yep. So let's go ahead and add the breath with this. I like how you're just doing repetitions. So we'll,
I'm doing breath with it.
are you, how do you like to align the breath?
Like, inhale,
Yeah.
exhale.
Great. And then go to the other side. Inhale. Yeah. And exhale.
I think there's more I think it's lengthened more. I feel more of a lengthening going over this way.
I see the same thing.
So that
This
would mean,
arm doesn't switch, doesn't want to do this.
right.
Yeah. So that's great news. We know something's happening on one side. Yeah, I like your twist with your head.
Totally different from the other side.
What if you took your feet just a little bit out from your hips? Yep, that's enough. And then do the same thing. Does that change anything for you?
Slightly. Kind of, the lengthening doesn't happen as much.
Okay. When I see you turning your head, I'm seeing a lot of chin tipping. I'd like you to think about, watch my chin. See how it never drops?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so look directly towards that wall. There you go. Like that. And let's do some the other way. You did a lot of right, let's do some left. Yeah, nice work with the chin. Alright, now I'd like to try and go to the left, but maybe not go quite as far, but allow yourself to start to relax and just take a few breaths in that position instead of coming right back on the next inhale. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So I want you just to be able to breathe here. How's that feel on the right side? Right rib cage, right hip, right side of the thigh.
I don't feel anything
Okay.
negative.
Anything positive?
Just, it just is.
Okay. Fair answer.
I don't feel any elongation. I mean, it
Okay.
feels like there's nothing happening.
Okay, so let's bring the legs back up to the center, and let's take your left leg and cross it over your right. Yep. Actually, cross it like you would cross your legs sitting at a table. Yeah. And now let's take the knees towards me.
You want me to go to shorter distance?
No, I want you to just go till it feels different or you feel something. Does that change the stretch on the right side?
Yeah, but it makes it better. I can feel the stretch.
Okay. So left over right leg. Where do you feel the stretch?
In here and
Okay.
in my inner thigh
Oh, really?
on the right leg.
Great. Okay, come on back up. And then let's switch your legs so it's right over left. We'll do the same thing, going towards the right. How's that feel?
I'm still going.
Okay, slow and steady.
So on this side, I'm feeling elongation from the base of the ribs all the way into the psoas.
Okay, I like it.
We ought to do the other side again so I have something to compare it to.
Yeah, sure. Slowly come out of that whenever you want, and we can switch to the other side.
That way I want to see.
That's great, Barney. What did you do to the front of your thigh?
Oh, I ran
Where's
into
she?
the bed.
Oh, ouch.
The one in the guest room. Okay, so what's interesting here
Mm-hmm.
is that I feel elongation here to here, and it seems to stop here.
Okay.
And it picks up underneath, like underneath the other leg. It's
Underneath the left leg?
underneath the right leg. It's
Okay.
weird.
Okay.
It's weird, like
Totally
there's
different.
a disconnect.
Oh, right in the pelvis.
Yes,
Okay.
and remember, Robin said there was nothing there.
That is great.
That's where the hole is.
Yep.
The energy hole.
Yep. Isn't that curious? Oh, it's so very interesting. So now that we've done some different movements with the pelvis, I want to go back and try the pelvic tilts and see what that looks like.
Okay. Now you want me to do the very slightest
Yeah. Just,
movement?
yeah. Just start off. Actually, don't plan what you're gonna do. Just let the body
Alright, where
go
do you want my feet?
in the usual spot, right there, where you kind of default to. And I want you to just move your pelvis where it wants to go. That's great. There's a lot more movement now. So the idea is if we move the hips in different planes,
Right.
we come back to this and we see more movement.
I can feel, yeah, I can feel it.
That's awesome. And how do you like to do your breath with this?
I'm inhaling as it goes down. I'm exhaling as I come up.
Okay, try and do it the opposite way, just for fun. Not that either way is right or wrong, but just want you to experience the difference. One way might feel backwards, one way might feel normal.
This one feels backwards.
Okay, so go back to what feels normal for you. Look, it looks awesome.
I was always taught like to let the breath out if you're compressing.
Yeah. Right? Yep, if that works. So let's try something different. Let's put this underneath your hips. Yeah. And then I want you just to do the same thing, pelvic tilts.
You know what feels funny?
Tell me.
It almost like as I come up, I want to inhale.
Oh,
instead
okay.
of the other way.
That's interesting. So the breath seemed to want to change.
Yeah.
Looks really good. All right.
So what was the purpose of putting this under you?
It just kind of changes a little bit of the angle in the hip.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just interesting to see how your body reacts to that.
And how did it react?
You did a little bit less range of motion. So let's go back and just do pelvic tilts again now that the mat's gone.
Oh, it's like the same like the other, like you
Yeah.
changed the plane, so
Yeah.
now.
So just see how it.
Oh, I'm not supposed to move my head.
Good awareness. Are your legs relaxed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, that looks really good. You made some great headway with those pelvic tilts today. We're gonna take the strap and I'm gonna put it around your 1 foot and then to your leg. Yep. And we're going to have your right leg in the strap. And can you start with your arm so it's straight up? So maybe down the strap. I want this angle to be.
Am I right?
No, I want your hand to be pointing straight to the ceiling. So come down the strap a little bit, and then take your arm back without the foot going back. Does that make sense? There you go. Yep. So this is straight up, and this is straight up. Yep. So you see the length of the strap right there? Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted. Yep. And then what I want you to do is we're going to move the arm and the leg at the same time. So it's going to look like that.
Oh, that's gonna be weird.
Or you might, it looks like you might have to move down the strap a little bit to let your leg go down. Yeah, there you go. Only go as far as comfortable. You don't have to go all the way. Let's just move together and see what happens.
That's a weird. This is weird. This is totally weird.
Why is it? I love that response. Why is it totally weird?
Is this where you want everything?
Yep, you look really good. How's it feel in the hip?
Doesn't feel like anything.
Okay, that's good. And let's give yourself a little more slack in the line, so your hand is further back, and then see if you can lower your leg a little bit further. See how that feels.
Makes your arm tired.
Yeah?
Now I'm feeling a muscle reaction in the
Okay.
quads.
What does it feel like it's doing?
It's
Like quivering?
yeah. That
That's
quad's
awesome.
weak.
That would be my guess too. But interesting feedback.
So you can kind of play with how much the arm helps out the leg in this exercise. Like you can let the leg do it all, or you can help with the arm.
Assisted.
Yeah. So you can kind of play with how much you want to use that thigh. Or you don't want to make it go crazy or anything, but it's just to get the feeling of that thigh working. I mean, our goal isn't to bust your chops and work the glutes endlessly. You know, we're more looking for the movement of the arm and the shoulder, and we're gonna switch your feet, okay? There you go.
Totally different.
Yep. Is that what it feels?
Yeah. Feels like my left leg is more relaxed. Doesn't feel like it's doing a lot of work.
It doesn't feel like it's working hard?
No, it doesn't feel like it's working hard. The other one did.
Okay.
Well, because of the dysfunction.
Yeah, that's okay. It served you well.
It did for 67 years.
Yeah.
I
High
thanked
five.
it.
High five to that hip.
I thanked it several times.
How can you get any more? Can you get that knee any straighter, or is it uncomfortable? Yeah. How does it feel in that position?
It's fine.
Great.
I was just thinking about the hyperextending, and I didn't want to do
Oh
it.
yeah, you didn't want to do that like me. Probably wise.
That taught you a big lesson.
Oh, I've always stood like that. I don't even know if I can change it.
You can change it like
You're right.
I'm.
Like you. You're right.
Now, this really gets this in here.
Oh, your shoulder?
Yeah.
Good information. Alright.
Well, when you do what I do for a living,
Yeah.
it's
Things are constantly being worked, right?
up there, yeah.
Alright, so let's try something different. If you don't mind, I'm gonna ask you to stand up. Take the strap, and if you could move the mat over to next to this wall, and have you do legs up the wall here.
You want the, wait, how do you
Here, I'll
want,
do it. Let me show you.
do you want the mat like,
Okay, horizontal. And then the easiest way I find to get legs up the wall, I'm gonna do it with you right beside you, right across from you here. Your strap. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put the strap around your thighs, just like we did with the block, but we're not gonna use the block, like the strap around here. So I think the easiest way to get into this pose is to lay with your, so this will be your right arm next to the wall. And then to lean back, and then kind of swivel your hips over to here.
I've done this with a Gauss cube.
Oh, great. Oh, there you go. And then it's like a little inchworm over.
I did it more graceful than you did.
So what are you saying?
How did you notice?
You know, I want you to just let your legs open a little bit to the side, and then feel the belt.
You mean like,
Yeah.
But can you relax into the belt?
Oh,
And you
yeah.
feel like the belt holds up your legs?
yeah, can I have like,
Yes.
like a towel or something?
You know, let me just slide this.
Just a little something, thanks, I don't mean to be a prima donna.
Last thing you are, my love. All right, how does that feel? Your bum is really close to the wall, but you're
Oh.
quite flexible, so
Yeah,
watch that.
it feels so good.
Great. This is a super duper relaxing,
This
can't
feels
sleep
so
pose,
freaking good.
anti-gravity, everything.
Getting rid of the old blood.
Yeah, exactly. Gravity, lymph, blood, all of that. Great relaxation, great spot to meditate or chant. To just let yourself go. Listen to a little David G.
Yoga, Chitta, Riti, Tristi,
I love it.
Nerora. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, but I don't know it.
That's Patanjali.
I love it.
Yoga, Chitta, Riti, looked it up.
I love it.
I'm only mimicking him.
And that's what you're supposed to do, right? It's about the vibration that those sounds cause
Yeah.
that are good for your body. Doesn't matter if you know what it means or not, just saying it. It takes the
I do that.
brain and focus.
I do that. I use that saying all over the house.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Do your job here is just to totally relax.
Go to sleep.
Yeah. Just feel the weight in the legs and the hips.
Feels so good.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're reversing things, right?
I might be free Thursday next week if you wanna do another one of these.
Yep, Thursday.
I
It's
don't
usually
know if you're
really,
working.
if I am, not a lot.
I'll look at my schedule, cause Robin says they're gonna go to the Keys on Wednesday instead of
Oh, yeah?
Friday. So
Where
I'll
do they
have-
stay when they go to the Keys?
They own the house down there.
Oh, right in Key West or
No, it's the island before Key West.
Stock or something?
Yeah. Not Stock Island. I'm trying to remember. It's where the Square Grouper is. But they're on an island, a small island, that you go over a bridge to get to.
Okay.
He's had that for like 30 years. 25. And now, he's talking about building a log cabin
Up north?
up in, Banner Elk, North Carolina.
What's it called?
Eagle's Nest.
Oh, what a cute name.
It's trying to get me, get a log cabin there, but it's too far north for me. I'm gonna go down towards Franklin,
Why is that?
cause I like it better in that area. He's gonna be closer to the ski places.
Oh, okay.
He said, there's ski places up there? I said, yeah, what's the name? I said,
Oh.
I'll look it up and I'll tell you. I don't ski, not anymore.
Yeah.
There's
I don't
no
know about
way,
that happening either.
no way. I'm not looking to break anything.
Yeah. My sister used to ski too. She's done with that. All her back stuff. if you have time to do anything, I would suggest this.
I can do this. It's just we gotta remind Chris to get wall space.
Oh, is it all full up?
Oh man, he's getting there.
Maybe you could do it against a door, like close a door. Close a door and do it against a door.
Well, there's a little space like this next to the door going outside to the pool.
Oh, there you go. You don't need much.
She wants to make the front room, she's getting rid of all this stuff. She wants to make the front room a yoga corner. And I'm
Oh.
gonna try to tell her, leave the wall space alone.
The front room,
Yeah,
like where all her jewelry is?
yeah, she's gonna move that out to the garage.
Oh, great. Never seen. Gosh.
It'll be nice. She's got a corner desk that looks beautiful
Yeah.
to do her stowing and then,
Oh, good for her.
my body really likes this.
Really? That's awesome.
You see how, you notice the difference?
Yeah, I can see it from here.
You can see the shorter
Yep.
and how it turns out.
Yep.
That'll all be straightened up.
Isn't that exciting?
I think so.
I think it's just awesome.
Are we being recorded?
I'm gonna stop it, but you can get up, or you can stay